desert continent of Kemet, centered on the oasis city of Sarandib, also known as the Blue Jewel of the Dunes. Our heroes are Dugor, a half-orc fighter, Saria, an elven wizard, and Vandran, a human knight of St. Yidris. They have been travelling with a caravan bound for Sarandib when an unusually violent sandstorm strikes without warning. Separated from the caravan, they seek shelter amongst the ruins of an ancient desert settlement, stumbling towards the stone buildings jutting out of the sands, seeking shelter from the stinging winds and sand. So, you guys, as you can see, you're approaching a sort of sand dune here. There are numerous stone shattered pillars dotted around, a couple of largely intact statues, and the remnants of some obviously battered and sand abraded buildings, along with what appears to be a sort of set of sandstone stairs descending down into this dune.
Are there, obviously it's sand eroded as shit, probably everything here, but is there anything, any kind of, and visibility is very low as well, but going up against like one of these pillars, for example, is there any kind of art or any markings on the pillars?
What languages do you speak?
Common, diabolic, and reptilian.
Okay, so indeed you see on one of the pillars here there is some writing in diabolic runes, and they're obviously very ancient. They're not like, some of it's been abraded away by sand, but the bit you can read says, "Forgive us, we sought vengeance and victory, and in doing so damned ourselves."
Lovely.
Vandrin will just be tracing in the sandstorm, trying to like braille read almost the writing on the pillar, and he's just going to be speaking this out loud as we go. So, if Saria and Duggar are in any kind of place to hear, yeah, absolutely, he's just speaking this out loud.
And obviously, if any of you others of you happen to speak diabolic, you can read it as well.
Yeah, I've got diabolic. But I'll take his translation.
Squiggles.
Oh, this sounds this sounds ominous.
Yeah, we've got to get out of this sandstorm.
And as you're sort of peering around through the sandstorm, Saraya, you can see that there are a couple of sort of large, like sort of stone bits of buildings there, which are giving you a bit of shelter. And there appears to be a sort of a more intact building over here, although it is damaged. And like I say, a couple of statues and a staircase going down into the sands.
All right. Let's start heading over towards the building, the more intact building.
Okay. Going by, John, is from a distance, is there anything discernible about the statues?
Okay. So, the two statues, again, just assume that anything I mention here is badly damaged by the sand rains. The two statues appear to show tribesmen of some sort of unknown origin. You're not sure of their sort of ethnicity or anything like that. One of them is holding what might have once been a spear in his hand, but like the ends snapped off. The other appears to be holding a hand like that, and there's like stone carved to look like flame in his hand. You can just about, from where you are, make out what appeared to be like faint traces of like red pigment, like on the like skin areas of these statues, like they were once like painted bright red, but obviously the paint's long ago disappeared in all the recesses of these statues. So heading into this building, there is some sand in here, sort of heaped up in the corners of the building, but there is some shelter here, so what is inside seems to have survived a little better. Inside this building, you see what appear to be a number of wall paintings, and they seem to show some sort of great battle between red-skinned humans and blue-skinned humans. And it's something, you know, Bayeux tapestry style, where the paintings run round and they show the rough passage of time. Exactly, yeah. And as you're sort of following these paintings around, it becomes obvious that like the red-skinned humans were like taking a bit of a pasting in this battle. They're on the losing end of it. The last painting appears to, which seems to have been done like a bit more hurriedly than the others, shows a group of red-skinned humans gathered around some sort of arcane circle. You have no doubt due to the diabolic runes etched around it, and there appear to be like 4 sort of burning braziers around this circle. After exploring the small stone building and satisfying themselves there is nothing else worth mentioning inside, the party cautiously investigate the steps heading down into the dunes before the violence of the sandstorm swirling around forces them to head down the stairway and take the risk, seeking shelter down below. So you start walking down the stairs. The flickering light cast by your torch illuminates a large chamber made of similar sort of yellow whitish sandstone. Part of the wall appears to have collapsed, and there are what look to be 3 skeletons lying in the centre of the room. There is a further passageway that continues in this direction, and this direction. Sparing only a cursory glance at the bodies on the floor, the party, eager to assess the safety of their surroundings, have a look down at the passageways that lead away from this large chamber.
Is that John? That says down for the sort of eastern one.
Indeed, the passage sort of slopes gently downwards.
Yeah. Does the southern one as well?
No, it does not.
Okay.
And sort of peering at the end of it, you can see what looks to be a sort of knocked over and damaged stone brazier.
I don't know what this is, but it looks broken, so maybe it's safer to look at. Vandrin's gonna wander in.
Okay. Not
Benny style.
Mm-hmm.
As I've said, it looks to have been a stone brazier. As you're sort of getting a bit closer, you can see it's knocked over on its side. There's some minor damage to it, like chips of stone have come off it. You can see from the bowl of the brazier, it looks like something was once burnt in there. You know, there's like that char at the bottom of it, although it's currently empty.
And one presumes no particular markings on it.
No, oh, stop there. Make me a wisdom roll.
And the way that we do that is we roll a d20 and compare it to the wisdom stat.
You roll a d20, you add your wisdom modifier.
Ah, yes. Oh. That is a 9.
Okay, so as you're searching around this brazier, you notice sort of coiled around the bottom of it is what appears to be a large snake. But you've got a bit of time to react because you've spotted it. As you're sort of looking around, the snake sort of like rears up. A large fanned hood of a cobra expands out, and it makes a loud hissing sound, its full tongue flicking out from between its teeth. So doing that sort of warning sway that they do.
Vandrin's going to just back away slowly, bring the shield forward, just calmly backing away, sweating.
That's fine. It's an animal. It's a snake. It's not some sort of demon from the pit or something. It's hissing to warn you not to get any closer. You're not getting any closer, so it doesn't make any attempt to follow you, but it's still doing that sort of like swaying, like looking around at both yourself and Dougal in the room, and sort of occasionally.
Yep. Now you did say that it is an animal. I'm just throwing this out there because, like, I think Vandrin's thinking of reading more into this. he does speak reptilian, which I guess is the snake man tongue.
Yes.
But I'm guessing this is not talking in any language. It's just hissing. It's an animal.
It is just hissing. I mean, you could try talking to it in reptilian.
I will.
I mean, reptilian is a series of hisses and clicks.
Yeah. So passing away from it a little bit, Vandren is to perhaps everybody else's surprise, including the cobras, going to start. And he's like,
I can speak reptilian as well, so I'm hearing.
Yeah,
what
you're in on it. Yeah,
yeah. Sorry, it's like what he said. Okay, maybe a charisma roll.
Yep. Roll that. That is a 9 again.
Okay, so you get the feeling that like it's not actually really understanding what you're saying because it is an animal. However, the sort of rhythmic hissing you've made does seem to calm it down a bit, and it's still wary, but it's no longer doing the sort of warning sway. It's sort of settled down a little bit.
And I'll look to Duggar and I go, safe for us to back off now. I've convinced it that we're friends.
Backing away from the snake, the heroes continue exploring the underground building, finding several more of these unlit and damaged stone braziers. However, as they continue their explorations, they hear coming from nearby, from down one of the corridors, the sound of a vulture cawing and the tearing of flesh. Concerned, they begin making their way towards the sound. And as you peer into the room, you can see what appears to be like 2 vultures who appear to have got in through like this damaged section here, which is open to the air, so there's a bit of light coming in. And they appear to be eating the carcass of some sort of animal they've probably dragged in here. They're sort of tearing at it with their razor-sharp beaks.
Lovely.
What's the play here? How do you get a vulture?
Well, I was going to lure it into the corridor and then stab it.
Is this good? I'll be here.
Well, this is a nice long hall, and they can't fly because it's too enclosed. So yeah.
Same time, though, are they going to come towards us? Because they're scavengers, so they'll probably just fly off.
We'll find out, won't we?
I really only know snakes.
So then, Dougal, how do you intend to lure them into the corridor?
So we're there, and I've got some ration.
Okay.
So we're going to entice them with some ration.
So you didn't like throwing it down on the floor or something?
Yeah, I was going to pop it on the floor and then...
Yeah. You throw it on the floor, and after a few minutes, as the sort of scent of it wafts into the air, one of these vultures does indeed like strut over and starts pecking at the ration you've thrown down on the floor. As you say, they're scavengers. They can't afford to like turn down what smells like food. Obviously, it can see you, so it's sort of like keeping an eye on you, but it's like pecking at this ration that you've thrown on the floor.
Stick my long sword in it.
Okay, not a problem. Make your attack roll.
So what is that? D20 plus my...
You should have attacks listed on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
15 plus
your strength bonus.
17 plus 19.
It's plus. So what did you roll?
19 total, because I get plus 2 from my race and being a fighter, then my strength bonus.
Nice. Yeah, that's enough to hit. Roll your damage.
Man, this must be nice having bonuses on our roll. Sounds great.
1d8 plus 2. Okay. That's 9 damage.
That is more than enough to splatter this vulture. Obviously, it lets out a loud sort of cawing cry as you like jab it through with your sword. The other one that is here sort of flies out of the hole here, hearing that, and disappears. However, there is now a dead vulture there. Dugor decides to cook and eat the slain vulture, and that's exactly what they do. However, as they're doing so, Dugor sees some of the sand which is swirling around from outside briefly appear to form itself into a reptilian face before it falls back to the ground as it was before.
Weird. Did anybody else see the face?
No.
Reptile face in the sand. It was.
Oh? Well, hold on.
Hello. Just slides in from the side.
So did you've got the one bird? Did the other one?
The other one flew off.
Right.
But we've got food.
That's excellent. I've got oil, so we can maybe try to. If there's any desiccated wood, we can try to put on a good fire.
After a brief discussion, the heroes continue their exploration of the underground building. Okay, so this opens into another chamber with a brazier in, and there is what appears to be sort of here a very sort of tall and elongated skeleton wearing the remnants of what must have once been fine clothes. You see the skeleton is clutching a piece of parchment in its hand, and there is another one of these broken braziers there.
Do you want the paper?
Yes.
Okay. So you retrieve the parchment, and it says, "I believe the ancient fire tribes tried a desperate gamble against my ancestors when they were something, the war. I believe they attempted to summon a creature of something and fire. It would appear something go according to plan. They tried to stop it but only bound it here, but the binding is something. I believe that I've deciphered their words of banishment. Ya Malok Narek Tanta. They must be recited when the full something are lit from the something. Alas, I fear I've run out of time." With this new information, the heroes have a brief discussion about what their next course of action should be and what this writing means.
Okay, so we've got the four braziers then.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to be lit from the something during the full something moon?
Hard to say. Also, we have barely anything to light them with.
I don't want to light them. I'm trying to help you put together the puzzle.
No, yes.
Lighting them is the furthest thing from my mind.
Yeah, let's not summon some horrible creature.
Well, let's check the downstairs, shall we?
Yeah.
The heroes return to the stairway that they discovered earlier, which heads deeper into the underground structure, and hesitantly make their way down. And beyond that is a room upon which the floor of which appears to be inscribed the same circle that you saw in the painting up above. However, you can now obviously see the diabolic runes more clearly, and it seems to be some sort of incantation to summon a creature of smoke and fire to smite their enemies. And in fact, as you're looking at this, anyone who is doing, you can see the sort of in the air, in the middle of the circle, is what appears to be like a faint, almost like smudge of like smoke, sort of barely visible. But as sort of time's passing, like it's getting like more and more visible, like something slowly manifesting.
Going to quickly glance into here.
Okay, not a problem. So you glance into that room, and it appears to be some sort of burial chamber. There is a ceremonial reconstruction of some sort of bizarre boat or vessel that has a coffin built into it. Obviously, it's a stone coffin. There's like a large slab of stone on the top of it for a lid.
I'm going to peer down the other one.
Okay, not a problem. You peer down this other one, and it appears to move into another chamber, and there's like another archway there.
Nothing in there.
I think.
I'm guessing this thing in the middle. What's happening to it?
It appears to be sort of slowly appearing, and now you've been sort of there for a while. You can see that it appears to be a lizard-like creature with sort of flame red skin and sort of long like spikes running down its back in the style of like porcupine spikes, and it seems to be sort of slowly sort of becoming more real. It's still sort of see-through at the minute, and you see this hazy indistinct creature sort of basically like pushing its hand against the sort of outskirts of the circle that it doesn't seem to be able to pass at the minute. However, with each moment that passes, it's getting more solid. You see that as it's getting more solid, the barrier, let's call it, around seems to be like becoming less of an impediment to it.
We should, leave.
Yep, I'll check the coffin first.
Okay, no problem. Move yourself up to the coffin.
You do that.
Okay, so you open the coffin. Inside is what appears to be the sort of air-dried / mummified body of one of, you assume, a priest of one of these red tribesmen. The sort of desiccated, dried skin is still a sort of deep burgundy colour. The priest appears to have been buried with like a large sort of long sword like laid across his chest, sort of like that, and the weapons laid down the centre of his chest.
Can I grab the sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a +1 long sword. Gives you +1 to hit and +1 to damage. Assuming you can use a long sword, obviously.
No, but
Quick idea.
I'll give it to one of these guys.
If it's manifesting in the middle of the room, what's from stopping us placing the sword where its head is and waiting for it to fully coalesce?
As Doug was saying this, Vandrew, you noticed that, obviously you've been sort of paying attention to this, you've noticed that as this thing's manifesting, like the noise of the sandstorm outside that you can still hear appears to be like intensifying, as though whatever's going on in that circle is linked directly to like the strength of the sandstorm outside. It now almost sounds like a hurricane battering the outside of this.
Yes, that doesn't sound good. What is this? Another pathway down here?
We're open to plans, quickly now.
Yes. I'm working on one. He says as he's like just whistling down the corridors trying to find anything.
So you head down the corridor and you head into this chamber here, and in the centre of this chamber is what appears to be a large font with a tall red and yellow flame sort of emanating from it and licking up towards the ceiling.
Is there, if I approach, is there anything that seems to be the fuel source for this?
Does not appear to be, and as you look at it, you can see that where the bottom of the font is, the fire is actually like a bit above it, but it like doesn't seem to be consuming the fuel or dying down. It just appears to be like almost constant.
I think I've got your brain teaser. The 4 braziers upstairs need to be lit from this when the creature is fully here.
I'll pass the torch through the fire. See if it changes anything.
Pass the torch through the fire, and the flame on the end of your torch turns a deep burgundy red. With a plan in place, Dugor takes the red-lit torch and, leaving his friends behind for a moment, heads back to the upper floor, planning to light the 4 braziers. So as that's happening, there is a loud crackling sound from the circle, and the creature, now fully manifested, begins to step out of the circle. As it moves, you can see a palpable sort of like heat haze rising from it, and where it walks, it leaves scorched footprints on the stone.
Before it steps out, can I put on my magic armor?
Yeah. Make your spellcasting roll.
Oh,
20.
Oh.
Gosh.
Does it also armor me because it's a 20?
No.
Okay. So
Hug me.
you head over, Dougal, to the fourth one. You light
Yep.
it with the red flame torch. All 4 of the braziers are now burning. We're essentially in combat rounds now. So, Soraya, do you want to go first?
Magic missile.
Okay, go for it.
Oh. I'm going to use one of my reroll. That's 11.
Yeah, it's only a level 1 spell, so yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
To roll your damage.
D4 damage. Right. D4. No. 1 damage. Pew!
Okay, so you summon a blast of magical energy which skims this creature, that lets out a mighty roar, and as it does so, sort of like thick black smoke billows out from its mouth. And as it like opens its mouth, you just feel like it's not got fire breath or anything, but you can feel like the heat of its breath wafting out. Okay, Vandrin.
Oh, not good. He'll be like midway putting his shield away because he's now being handed a sword as well, and he wants to have the torch. So he's got the torch and a sword, the new tomb sword, I'm calling it. So is there a time for just a brief exchange of words? Do we run? Do we run?
Run.
I'd say to sorry.
Yeah.
So how
20 feet.
far? 20 feet,
Each of
and
squares
these
is
5.
4 foot, yeah.
5, yes, okay. So I'll do.
If you
So
want
that's
to
like-
not do anything else, you can like move twice.
Yeah, move quick. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. I'll go here. Is there a penalty for moving through people or creatures?
I mean, you can't like directly move through an opponent, but like allies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, allies. Okay,
I will
because
say,
that's
I will say, like, one thing you do notice is as you're sort of crossing in front of this creature, like the heat haze around it, like it's almost painful to get too close to it because of how hot it is. Like literally, you can see like a few like little wisps of smoke from like the edge of like your leathers and stuff, just from a few seconds of being stood near it.
yeah. I was thinking about like, am I in the way if I'm standing here? But no, is the answer, and that's good.
right.
So I'll just go there, and in an effort to maybe get his attention, so Vandrin's going to mutter some pieces of poetry.
I can move 4 again if I'm not doing anything else.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So 1, 2.
And then pop yourself over here.
Is that there? Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 4. So top of the stairs.
Yeah, I'll be in the stairs.
Okay.
In this case, then.
So, Dougal, what are you gonna do?
I'm moving now towards the stairs, so
Yeah,
I've got
so
just do nothing else but move. So
that gets you eight squares effectively.
6, 7, 8. There you go.
Okay, lovely. All right, this creature is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You hear the hissing sound of its footsteps as it approaches you, Vandrin, and it is going to attempt to attack you. As it does so, it holds out a hand on what appears to be a almost like a lance of just like fire materializes in its hand, which it sort of stabs out towards you. What's your AC, Mandarin?
Now.
Sorry, say again.
10, sorry.
10. Okay. It has missed. So,
Whoosh.
as it stabs out towards you, you basically like jump up a couple of steps, and this like fire spear, let's call it, hits the steps and you can see it's so hot it actually starts like melting the stone of the stair where it's hit. Okay. So, however, since you've ended your turn, next to it, you need to make me a DC 12 con roll.
Well, this is my good stat now. Here we go. That's 16, John.
Okay, so you are finding it very painful. You can like feel the heat sort of singeing the hairs on the back of your neck, but it's not actually caused you any damage due to your toughness. Okay, so Soraya, let's start the next round with you. You're at the top of the stairs. You can see this burning brazier in front of you. What do you want to do?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna stand there and wait for them to come up the stairs to fire a magic missile at this thing.
Okay. As you're sort of, obviously you're looking around, sort of working out, like what's the best place to be, etc. And as you look across here into this room, you can see sort of like I said, next to this body there was like a book that was entirely burnt to like ash. But like underneath the body there, you can just see what appears to be like the tiny corner of like an unburnt piece of like parchment, perhaps like sticking out, maybe protected by the body or something.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, not a problem. So you rip this parchment out, and it appears to be like part of a diary or maybe an expedition log, and it says, "We now believe this is part of some ancient settlement occupied by a something dead people. Our guide, something, who is one of the blue men of the desert, became very excited at this prospect. Some sort of ancient something forgotten enemy of his kind. He believes that some sort of ritual was done here involving 4 braziers and something involving a font of sacred fire."
All right.
Okay, so Vandrin, over to you.
Waddling up, did it look like it moves rapidly?
It was moving about the same speed as you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Since I got lucky and it didn't tag me, it's just going to be a run for it. So if I'm here, I'm there, right?
Yep.
That's the same spot.
So move double. Move double.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here, because we're hoping that it's roughly the same speed. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the well, I don't know. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Yep.
So the creature moves up the stairs. It, rather than pursuing you, it stops to this brazier, and it basically reaches its claw. It sort of goes like that, and the fire lance disappears. It reaches down, sort of grabs hold of this brazier, and it's like starting to like push it over. Okay, Dougal, obviously through this archway here, you can see this creature of flame, sort of like obviously planning to heave this brazier over. What do you want to do?
2, 3 there. I can throw my sword, can't I?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw my sword straight at it.
Okay, so that'll be an attack roll, but it'll be your dex instead of your strength.
Yeah. So dex is 12. Natural 20.
So that means you basically roll double the normal of dice you would do for damage.
Okay. 2d8.
Yep.
That's 10, 14.
Okay.
I'm literally. Like the Saracen in Robin Hood, I'm just going to throw my sword straight at it.
Indeed you do. And your sword plunges straight through its chest and sort of sticks into its chest. You see like flames licking out from the wound. It releases the brazier that it was trying to knock over and lets out a howl of pain and hatred. And then it turns like it's like burning eyes towards you. Okay. However, it has already moved this turn. So, Soraya, it's over to you.
Okay. And next to Verdant and Magic Missile.
Oh no! Execution style behind
Oh,
me.
natural 20.
You get to roll double.
What is this?
Double your damage.
I know what's going on here.
That's the third one this session.
I know.
That's it for the entire game now. We're done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Used all your luck. So
Yeah.
what damage did you roll?
5.
Okay, so it's got 4.
I think it's fine. I've not used all my luck. I've still got 1 point left.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so a bolt of energy zips down the corridor, hitting the creature that lets out another howl. Okay, Vandrin.
1. Great job. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as he's swinging his new sword, he says, "Bring me the head of my enemy." And we'll do a swing on this one. John, that is a 10.
That is not enough, I'm afraid. You could spend
Yeah.
the point to re-roll it if you wish.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I do have. Yeah, we will re-roll that because I don't want to be here if that guy's here. So that's 19.
And that is enough. Roll your damage.
8.
Okay. So as you strike the creature, you saw there is a burst of fire, and it sort of immolates itself and disappears. For a few moments, there is silence, and then from downstairs, you hear a mighty growl akin to that which you heard from the creature.
This is the part where we run away.
We light the remaining braziers.
Yeah, we probably need to light those.
They're all lit. The braziers are all lit.
I've lit them all.
Oh, you let them all?
Then it's the phrase.
What else did your piece of paper say? Quickly now.
Oh, what does that piece of paper say again, John? Anything?
It's in the chat.
So yeah, this is the other piece of paper. So
You know, the one I got. Yeah, the bit I got.
The one you got says, "We now believe this is." Do you know what? I'll paste it. I'll read it out, but I'll post it in the chat as well.
Yeah.
We now believe that this is part of some ancient settlement occupied by a something people. Our guide, something who was one of the Blue Men of the Desert, became very excited at this prospect. Some sort of ancient something, forgotten enemy of his kind. He believes there was some sort of ritual was done here involving 4 braziers and something he killed a font of sacred fire.
So that feels like
Hold on. The Yamalak Narik Tanta. We've lit the braziers. No one said the words.
Oh, yeah. Do we need to go and say it at the ritual?
Oh, that'll be in the circle then. So that's everyone back downstairs quickly now.
Yeah.
Are we going in initiative or
No, you can always move yourself down there.
just plop down?
I'm going to ask,
Any hill style.
can one of you, it's up to you who, roll me a d6, because obviously this thing is materialising again. Anything but a 1, you're fine.
Who's feeling lucky?
I've got it. Hold on. 6.
Yep.
Okay, you are good. So as you get down there, this thing is just starting to like materialise again.
And what somebody say the words? We've got a wizard. Go on, crack on.
Oh, where is it? Yamalak Narik Tantan.
As you
Santa.
say that, there is a huge rumbling that ripples throughout the chamber. The creature lets out a great howl and again it disappears in a puff of smoke. The wind outside seems to rise up and become stronger than ever, and then, as though someone had just flicked a switch, the wind just stops.
Is that it? Is it?
Oh.
Are we done?
I hope so.
Aside from the
I'll just
flickering of flames from the braziers, everything appears to be quiet.
Yeah.
Is there... So, sorry, John, if you mentioned, I completely forget. Is this a like a carved circle down here, or is this like painted on?
It's carved.
Okay. Well, that worked, I think.
Is it the
It's
carved
the
circle?
brazier.
Is it just one plinth, or is it a recess?
It's just one plinth.
So
I'm checking the brazier in that little room, one that's already lit.
Yeah.
Still lit?
Yeah, it's still lit.
Still lit. Still lit in there.
And all the braziers that
What,
were
big
lit
camera?
by your companion Dugor are also still lit.
the coffin. What's the coffin made out of?
Stone.
Right. So I'm going to get the lid and smash it into the circle.
Yep, not a problem. You effectively deface the summoning circle. I'll make a note.
No more summoning monsters.
Yeah,
Fire monsters.
infinite salamanders. No, please.
Yeah, just now.
That's
So
a bad time.
I recommend then that somebody make a note of this, just in case it happens again. You know.
I'll make a note of this in my wizardy book.
Yeah, Vandrin's like just repeating the magic words to himself, so that he commits it to memory in his memory palace of evil magic, and in case we run into more infinite salamander circles.
We know how to deal with infinite salamanders now.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we cook vulture on the sacred flame, is that going to be too blasphemous?
Nah.
Want to find out? I mean, maybe don't do it on the sacred one in that room and just do it on the other ones.
Well, have we checked everywhere? There's nothing else we need to worry about other than the snake. Are we going to put these bodies to rest, or?
Yeah, I mean, we can bury them.
I mean, they're just bones. It's not going to take as long to dig a hole, is it?
No,
Yeah,
no.
but I after the storm, I think we can do that outside, no problem.
Yeah, and as you run outside, you see clear blue skies. The storm appears to have died down. As you're moving these three bodies to bury them, and I'll get rid of those.
Mm-hmm.
As you're moving them, you find that one of these bodies has 12 gold pieces in a small pouch on them.
Nice.
Well,
And as you're moving the body of the blue man, you find what appears to be sort of tucked inside his robe and a sort of ornate bookmark that, you know, they have like the sort of strand of leather that comes over, and they normally have something to like weigh them down. What appears to be weighing it down appears to be a small chip of like an emerald worth about 10 gold pieces.
What?
or services rendered.
Gathering up the treasures they have claimed, the party returns safely through the now calm desert to the oasis city of Sarandib, where they decide to celebrate their lucky escape with a night of drinking and revelry. During their revelry, Duggar earns fame by leading a tavern in an insulting song about a local noble. The song is particularly beloved by a local bard who starts questioning him about his recent exploits and begins composing a song about his daring throwing of his sword. Soraya gains the patronage of a local priest after, whilst in her cups, she makes a large donation to their church, and Vandrin wakes up with only hazy memories of what shenanigans he got involved in. However, he certainly seems to have enjoyed himself. The group have heard rumours of an area called the Mines of the Lost to the north, which is believed to be cursed, and they decide to make their next expedition to the mines.